decisions that you made in your life, where you have gone wrong or berserk. How did you come to rightful decisions? Then you will be able to see that it was the heart that guided you. Wrong opinions need not be wrong opinions or something which is not coming from the heart. We give what is authentic, what you feel in your heart that this is right or wrong. That's all. In business world also, there are kinds of people who often go away or enjoy so much of luxury with bosses because they do wrong things. But these are all temporary. Even if they may survive 2 years, 3 years, 20 years, but the end will not be good. People who are looking up to the interest of the company, and when you're authentic about it, even boss will appreciate that, yes, whatever Saravanan is saying is correct. So always express your heartfelt opinion. When mind wants to take over and you want to impress the boss, then it's a different story, you see. But then too you realize that, I'm trying to prove a point. I want to subdue the other person's opinion. So spirituality again comes to our rescue. It helps us that, I should not be so much carried away because of my egoistic ideas. So I have to differentiate whether I'm interested in welfare of the company or whether I'm trying to impose my own ideas. So it's a great thing actually. Such challenges are good. Such challenges will make us even stronger. Imagine everything are going so well and people are listening and then there is no fun. How will you grow in such environment? You need challenge. Challenges are naturally provided by work environment and again your family environment also. Not all families have harmony. They look apparently happy, apparently luxurious, apparently affluent. But when you deep down see the inner life of each of these members, you feel sorry, you feel sad. They all live in their illusions that possessions will protect them. I'm not against possessions. Master used to say, if you can make crore, go ahead and make 10 crores. If you have the ability to make 10 crores, make 100 crores. It's okay to make tons of money. Use it wisely. What has helped me is again my trust and faith in myself. Confidence, when do I lose confidence in myself? When do I stop loving myself? The failures, after failures, you start blaming yourself that, I failed and I failed and I failed, and you start disliking your thoughts, disliking your actions. In order to avoid these various failures, one has to become more contemplative before we implement any actions. I recommend a great book which I read many years back called As a Man Thinketh. I will start with the last page of the chapter and come to the first page. I'll put it in a very simple way that he says, why do you feel sad? And why do you feel happy? When things goes as per your desired trajectory and things happen because you wished it like that and it happened like that. And when things don't happen according to my action, which I planned for, I become sad. So the results of my action decides whether I'll be happy or unhappy. And the results of my action depends on how well I planned my action. How well I planned my action depends upon my thoughts, how I played my game in my mind. And the kinds of thoughts I regulate in my mind depends upon my attitude. Now it becomes a vicious cycle. First I will speak in Hindi how this gets related. In fact, he says thoughts are the main thing. Thoughts leading to actions, actions leading to results, results leading to either or. But he did not write about what precedes thoughts. Vrittis, we call in Hindi. Vritti leads us into a particular level of pravritti. attitude defining your actions, pravritti. Pravritti will lead you to another thing that makes your nature, what we call prakriti. You repeat things again and again, that becomes your second nature. What we call आपका प्रकृति ऐसा हो गया because आपका प्रवृत्ति ऐसा है. आपका प्रवृत्ति ऐसा क्यों है? Because आपका वृत्ति ऐसा है. So vritti leading to pravritti leading to prakriti. And from prakriti we create our own prarabdha, our destiny. So these are all connected, see. How to regulate our tendencies? That's where heartfulness comes into picture. More and more cleaning we do, we are able to remove samskars, impressions. We are slowly getting deconditioned. So far we have been conditioned in particular way. Now we want to erase that. We want to decondition ourselves. So when the emotional baggage that we carry guides in a particular direction, when that emotional baggage is removed, you are able to have what Zen or Buddhism calls beginner's mind, fresh mind, meaning you don't have any biases, you don't have any preconditioning. So I have to free myself from all kinds of impressions. Impressions are of two types again. Many people, they argue with me that somebody had cheated me in the business world or in relationship. So this cheating has two aspects to it. One is that you form emotional baggage. It also has what we call cognitive baggage. You always remember that so and so has done that to me. This memory part is there. That's what we call cognitive memory of so-called cheating. But there is emotional memory also. We call samskars. Cognitive memory makes me more careful not to trust this person in business world or in relationship. So we do learn something. Though we have forgiven the past, cognitive memory is always good. See? That when somebody sneezes and I also inhale that, I get COVID, for example. It's a memory, both kinds of memory. When you suffer at the same time, next time you'll be wearing a mask. So we learn from all these things. In relationships also, we may forgive, but the cognitive part of it will come to our rescue for the rest of our life, that not to repeat the same thing again. In our days, there was not much of choosing and all. Father would say, "Padho, hum pad liya." Life takes you somewhere. More you plan, I think, more we will falter. Best is either you decide it for yourself, or ask your parents, or ask your colleagues. Or nowadays there are professionals, who will guide you which field to select, and based on your talent, they will guide you. I think that would be ideal for you. Often, there are fancies, especially in the West, where if they love music, they'll say, "I'm going to become a musician." In India, music is something that it's a side thing, you learn on the side. So we have to choose. Oh, I like music. Should that become my profession? Should I study, go to college for 4 years and waste 4 years learning music? I wouldn't advise that. You can learn music, but don't waste 4 years in getting degree in music. Once one sister came all the way from Europe to study music, and then after she finished music, she came, "I want to do masters in music." I said, "Proceed." And then there was PhD thing. Each time I told her, "Why are you wasting your life?" This was in 80s. I said, "Look, even if you become a good musician, you'll still have to stand with your cap on a railway station and play your music so people will throw coins. If you are the best, then you did not study. Best musicians, they don't study, it comes from the heart." Whenever I meet her in Denmark during the seminars, she tells me I should have listened to you. Now she has 2 daughters, a divorced life, always depending on state to help her life. pass through easily, struggling. But if you had studied something worthwhile, you could have worked. So although it's not necessary that you pursue your fancy dreams and say, oh, I'm going to become a musician or a painter and things like that. So it should be adopted as a side hobby, but study something worthwhile that can support your life. And if it happens to be a field which you like as well, then it's like Sonam Sugan say. I'm often bombarded by such questions like, what is the reason behind success, academic success or financial success or health-wise or family-wise or spiritual success? The simple answer to me is always a meditative mind that is full of awareness, conscience will guide such an individual. Out of 10 choices that we may confront, how would you filter? And with confidence, with courage, you can say that under these circumstances, if I do this, is the most appropriate. That means I have to highlight all those which will not be as effective. Meditative mind can easily filter out what is not essential and will simply focus on the most essential. While you are studying in your academic world, running a family life, even to begin a family, for example, whom to marry, such simple questions: which business to start, which college to go to, which stream to choose. The questions related to the next moment, next move, when we are on crossroads, the answers gets very highlighted in a very specific way when you are meditative. Meditation irons out all kinds of creases. It's not just for attaining spiritual growth. It is not just for peace of mind. It is not just for health reasons. It encompasses everything. Manas regulates the life of a man. Without manas, what is manushya? Without mind, what is man? Nothing. These cognitive abilities that we all share has to be focused. This focus comes through meditation. The success of the material success, business world success, also I attribute to my ability to meditate well. Through meditation, I'm always guided from within, especially what not to do. Think of those decisions that you made in your life where you have gone wrong or berserk. How did you come to rightful decisions? Then you will be able to see that it was the heart that guided you. When your heart agreed with your mind that your decisions were correct. So, mind has to okay it and heart has to give a final signal. Without consulting the heart when we move on, I think often we go wrong. So allow the heart to be purified so much that instantly it can respond with a decision that we are going to make.